Now, I'd like to make another prediction tonight. The comedy sensation of this fall season is going to be a great professional named Phil Silvers. Phil Silvers, of course, has been in movies a long time. He's been High Button Shoes, Top Banana, and he's been the comics comic. But in this series that he's conjured up here with Nat Hiken, he plays the part of the most interesting Sgt.Bilko of the United States Army. He's a real gold-bricker. He's dedicated to the proposition that the Pentagon building was built to satisfy his needs. He has bed-making bets that he makes with his comrade in arms. You've never met anybody in the United States Army who's more of a gold-bricker than Sgt.Bilko. Now, this scene opens here at Fort Baxter in Roseville, North Carolina. You find 3 distressed officers pondering the problem of Sgt.Bilko. Here is the scene.
Now, just once, let's get this bivouac over without a hitch. The men will be living out in the field in tents for 7 days. Now, I want your Mobile Field Hospital in Bivouac Area B.
The same as every year.
The same as every year, yes, with one exception. Major, this year we'll have Sgt.Bilko with us.
Bilko?
Bilko? Isn't that the sergeant you told me about, sir?
Yes, Sgt.Bilko. Sick call Ernie. Once a year, at the mention of the word Bilko, his body becomes racked with all the exotic, rare diseases known to medical science. Diseases that Major Donald cannot seem to cope with.
Now, Colonel, when a soldier comes in with a strange ailment, I must put him in the hospital.
Strange ailment. Look at his record. Every year, a new disease. Rhinitis, ophitis, bovinitis. Bovinitis. Took you a week to find out it only affected cows. Tonsillitis twice. Once the hard way without tonsils.
I confess, Colonel, I'm no match for Bilko.
I know, and that's why I'm asking Captain Curtis to be the examining officer today.
It's okay with me.
What was it the men called you at your last medical post?
Oh, I believe it was Iron Curtain Curtis, sir.
Iron Curtain Curtis.
Yes, sir. They've really got to be sick to get into the hospital when I'm the examining officer.
Captain, if you can stop Bilko.
Colonel, consider Sgt.Bilko on bivouac.
Bilko on bivouac. It's like a dream come true.
But it'll only cost you $14. What am I going to do with a tuxedo?
You and your Dodgers. Just give me my money. I don't know what you're so jealous about. Maybe the guy is a cousin. Cousins kiss.
Let's go, formation on it. Come on. Let's go. On it, huh? Sgt.Bilko. Yeah. Morning formation.
Morning formation. How are you, men? Let me see those smiling faces. Let me see those happy little faces. That's the way to be it. Let the sergeant be proud of you, bright eyes. Roll call. Here we have it. Anderson, Doberman, Philip Lewis, Maroney, Zelinka, all present and accounted for.
Orders of the day.
Orders of the... This is it, men. Good news. This is what your sagging muscles and your tired nerves have been waiting for all year. Good news, men. We're off on bivouac.
Bivouac? Oh,
Let's not forget rank, shall we?
This platoon, led by Sergeant E. Bilko, moi, will leave at 0900 on foot carrying full-pack tents and field equipment and proceed 20 miles to Bivouac Area B. Hi-yap!
Sick call.
Oh, really, men, I'm really surprised at you fellas. Once a year, the colonel asks us to go out to commune with nature in nature's wonderland. Once a year. And this is your reaction. I'm really ashamed of you. Come on, men. Let's not think of it as bivouac. Think of it as a week in the country with pay. Let's get behind the colonel in this glorious project of his to turn us into hardened, muscled, steely-eyed American soldiers. The kind we've always admired so much in the newsreels. Amen. That was an order I gave. Dismissed. Put me down on sick call. I'll be in the hospital in 15 minutes.
Oh, Andy, not again.
What's
wrong with you, Sarge?
I'll soon find out. Get me my medical book.
Right.
Arnie, every year we go on bivouac, and every year you and the other master sergeants retire to the hospital for a week of poker.
Look, Rocco, I'd love to join you guys. I'm just not the outdoor type. I told that to my draft board. Would they listen? Here it is. Symptoms of rare tropical diseases. This is it, men. This is the gateway to gracious living. I packed my stuff. I got to go out and pick up the other members of my annual pill and poker jamboree and give them their diseases for this year. And I really picked out some Lulus. Major Donald will think there's a tsitsi fly loose on the boat. Let me see. Oh, this is for Sgt.Sowici. This would be perfect for him. See you later. Miss Sgt.Sowici. What pinnacles of gastronomical delights are your busy little hands concocting for us today?
Chipped beef on toast.
Yes, as only you can make it, with the lumps in the right places. Ah, Stanley, you do a grand job. But you're looking a little peaked lately. You should take a little rest.
I got a little news for you, Bilko. This year we ain't going in the hospital with you.
Well, you see the disease I got picked out for you. It's positively exotic.
Forget it. Cooped up in an isolation ward with you, with a deck of cards. It's like being in a foxhole with a real fox. Every year you do the same thing to us. What's the disease?
Major Donald will really flip when he sees you. Spiralitis.
Spiralitis?
Yeah, it's very wonderful. Here's what you do. You show up on sick call with your body twisted way around like that.
Twisted around?
Yeah, it's a disease common with the natives of Madagascar. You got to be careful. You stay out of the window, you get screwed into the ground. It's very... When you show up on sick call...
Forget it, Bilko. I'm not going in the hospital. I've had it. Find yourself another sucker.
You're going to let me go in that isolation ward alone with my Wilkinson's disease?
That's what you got?
Oh, it's perfect. The only symptoms, your right hand shakes, there's pain in the chest, you see spots in front of your eyes. Look, why don't you come to me with sick call, huh? I work better in front of an audience.
Save your breath for your performance. I ain't going in.
Oh, you'll come along. Believe me, you'll come along. Hey, it's blueberry pie.
Blueberry,
It's a little sweet, isn't it?
That's blueberry. That's huckleberry.
You taste that and tell me it's huckleberry.
That's huckleberry.
Ah, those taste buds of yours. In France, you'd be knighted. Now, look. When you come to the hospital, bring a lot of fruit. We're going to be in there a week.
I ain't going in.
Oh, you'll come along.
I ain't going in.
Oh, you'll be there.
I tell you, I ain't.
You'll be there.
I tell you, I ain't going in. I ain't.
Wow.
That's it.
Creeping Caledonia croup. That's a disease.
It's a disease. It fits you. I was going to take it myself, but it's you, Andy. It's you. You'll be the talk of the malignant disease set. Now, look. When you show up at Major Donald's, I want you over slightly and wheezing a little.
But I'm not going in with you. At least on a post, I'm free to run when you flash a deck of cards. But what chance have I got cooped up with doing an isolation ward?
Look, when you come to the hospital, bring your mambo records. There's a new nurse there that I hear is positively Latin.
But I tell you, I'm not going in with you.
You'll be there, pal. You'll be... Hey, is this huckleberry pie or blueberry pie?
Huckleberry.
I guess you're right. Well, last one in the hospital is a dirty thermometer.
I'm not going with you.
Oh, you'll be... Oh, wait there. Yep, you'll be there.
What you mean?
Perfect. Perfect. There's not a doctor in the country who won't swear you got rutabaga poisoning.
I never tasted rutabaga in my life.
No kidding. Why, you'll have your picture on every medical journal in the country. Look, when you come to the hospital, bring your record player. Pendleton's bringing a lot of
Wait
records.
a minute. I told you we're not going in with you this year.
Everybody gives me the... You'll be there. Will you listen to... Hey,
We're not...
is this huckleberry pie or blueberry pie?
Huckleberry.
I guess you're right. Well, see you at the hospital.
Oh, we're not going in.
Oh, you'll be there.
Oh, no.
Please.
Look, I'm warning you. Why, but we're not going to show up. I'm telling you.
Well, I know just what'll fix you up, Private Kadowski.
Yes, sir?
That's 7 days in the open air on that bivouac. Return to your unit immediately.
Yes, sir.
Has Bilko been in yet?
No, sir. You sure he's going to show up for sick call?
It's bivouac time. He'll show up.
Captain Curtis. Sergeant Bilko to see Major Donald, huh? Show him right in.
Do you mind if I stay? I've always wanted to catch his act.
It'll be a very short act. Can I show you, sir?
This thing. Oh, excuse me. I was looking for Major Donald. Excuse me, sir.
Bilko!
Sir?
This is Captain Curtis, our new medical officer. He's handling examinations today.
Captain Curtis, glad to have you aboard, sir. Colonel, you do have the knack of surrounding yourself with excellent men, I must
Never
say.
mind.
I always say John Hopkins' loss is our gain, sir.
Never mind.
Captain, what's your stand on socialized medicine?
Never mind!
Sorry, sir.
Take over, Captain.
Well, Sergeant, what's wrong this time?
Wrong, sir? Oh, good heavens, I see. You think I'm here on sick call, don't you? Well, really, sir, I never felt better in my life.
You what?
Well, of course, sir. I just here to check on some of the men of my platoon. I thought they might come in here and pretend they're sick so they can get out of bivouac. They're a good bunch of boys, but they are rascals. Rascals, sir. You know what I mean.
Sgt.Bilko?
Bilko, you mean it's bivouac time and there's nothing wrong with you?
Good heavens, no, sir. Just a little quickening of the pulse, a throbbing of the heart, anxious to get out in their open space, lead my men in that bivouac, digging those foxholes. Yes, sir. They're just nothing like bivouac, sir.
How do you know? You've never been on one.
Yes, sir. The colonel does penalize me unnecessarily the last few times I was with these rare afflictions, but really, sir,
I know. We shove off in 15 minutes.
And I'll be there, sir, after all these years of disappointment. Finally getting to go on bivouac, sir. Thought I'd never make it.
Neither did I.
He's a grand man, the colonel, sir. Top man at the point, you know. There's no one like him. He's real... Oh, I see you're busy. Sir, I'll be right out of your way. If you just sign these papers, sir, I would appreciate it very much.
What paper?
Oh, it's a mere formality, sir. It says I'm in the best of health to go on to bivouac.
You want me to sign this?
Yes, sir. Well, you know how men on the post are. They feel that it's bivouac time and I'll break down. They do gossip a lot, and they don't want the responsibility. You understand, the responsibility of bringing a body back. So if you'll just sign, sir, which says you assume all the responsibility for my health, I would appreciate it.
Responsibility, but I mean, it's silly to sign anything if you're in good health.
Good heavens, sir. If I was in any better health, I'd be on all the recruiting posters. Nothing, sir. It's just a slight infection that happens everywhere. Would you just sign, sir, and I'll be on my way to join my men?
Well, I don't like to sign anything unless I know what I'm signing.
Well, sir, there's nothing to it. Here, take my pen. I would appreciate it if you just sign it.
Sergeant, your hand. Does
Yes?
it always shake like that?
No, sir. Pay no attention. It's just the excitement, sir, of getting out in that bivouac, leading my men, digging those foxholes. What is it? Nothing at all, sir. Sign papers and just it'll go away, sir. Won't you please sign it, sir?
Well, I don't like to sign anything. I mean, I like to know what I'm signing.
Well,
and
sir,
everything.
it's quite all right. It's a mere formality. It says I'm in the best of health.
Well,
I do appreciate your concern, sir. But believe me, if... Excuse me, sir. I don't want to be rude, but is that a regulation tie?
Why, of course it is.
With polka dots, sir.
You see polka dots?
There are, and these glasses, I must have them clean, sir. I'm perfectly well. Please sign this.
Now, wait a minute. Now, just wait 1 minute.
minute.
Trembling hands, spots before the eyes, pain in the chest. Now, what is that?
Sir, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm in the best of health. The only Bilko so far never afflicted with the family curse of Wilkerson's disease.
Wilkerson?
No! I didn't mean to say that. Sir, please believe me. There's nothing wrong. It's on page 82, sir.
That's it. There, Orderly, this is an emergency. I'm putting you in isolation
Please,
immediately.
sir, not the hospital.
That's
I must
right.
return to my men, sir. Please.
Put this man in isolation.
Oh, sir, reconsider. I want to return to my men. I'm in the best of health, sir.
What ward, sir?
So won't you Ward B, the same ward.
Come on, take him into isolation.
Sir, stand back. What's the matter with you? Don't you know that Wilkinson's disease is the most contagious known to mankind?
Good heavens, I'd almost forgot.
Don't just stand there. There's some luggage outside. I'm the double...
Sergeant, who are you in contact with today?
My lips are sealed, sir. I cannot tell you. I'm no still pigeon.
Sergeant, for the health of this whole host, we have to round up those men and put them in the same ward with you. Now, who are they?
Well, sir, since you put it that way, there were 3 men who did share the same piece of pie with me.
The same piece of pie.
Let me see who those men were.
Think,
There's
Sergeant,
such a
think.
large personnel. They keep drafting new people, crowding it.
Think, Sergeant.
Sgt.Sowici, Pendleton, and Grover, sir. That's for the next. Sgt.Sowici and Pendleton. But, sir, I'm in the best. If I could just lean on you a little, sir.
Orderly! Put this man through the examination.
Thank you very much, sir, but this was needless.
Hey, are these your things?
Yeah, be careful with this grip. There's some records in there. There's some kumquats for the nurses. Don't squelch the egg rolls on the double. Look at that.
funniest thing ever. And we just picked one scene out of this series. I mean, this isn't... Actually, I don't want to offend you, but it's not your best scene.
Well, it's
Would you give
about
us a
a scene in the 11th show, Ed.
That is right. It was wonderful.
And this is kind of a good luck omen for all of us. You always kind of give us a little push.
Just...
And so, great bunch of boys. You didn't see them do too much.
I want to tell them something first. Your show is going to be on Tuesday night, starting a week from Tuesday.
September 20th.
September 20th, so it'll be a regular Tuesday night feature over the CBS network.
Yes, I look forward to it, too.
Fine, and I do want to congratulate you on the cast, Phil. They're just.
Would you like to meet him, Ed?
I'd get a great kick out of it.
Platoon, hi! Feel like selling your war bonds now? Hey, last week on your show you mentioned about the trials and tribulations of doing a show and all the last-minute cancellations and the possible emergencies and a lot of trouble. If you think you're in trouble, I want you to meet the love interest of our show, Private Doberman, front and center. Say hello to Mr. Sullivan. There he is, love interest. I like you. A lot of boys in our show. You think you're... This is only the straight man. Where did you meet Sullivan? Ed, I know you're a sports fan, and it's very interesting. As a boy in our platoon, never was an actor before. You didn't see him do much in this show, but he's really turned out wonderful. You remember Walter Cartier, the contemporary middleweight? Walter, say hello to Mr. Sullivan.
Walter, nice to see you again.
When Rocky Graziani retired, so did his manager, Jack Healy, who is now one of our sterling actors. Jack Healy?
Jack, how are you again? Nice to see you.
I'd like you to get a quick look at our answer to Jeff Chandler. P.J. Sidney, where are you?
Hi, boy. Nice to see you.
Of course, we have some wonderful pros, as you know. You recognize Paul Ford, who's been starring in Tea House of the August Moon for 2 years. Paul, this is Mr. Sullivan. And Harvey Lembeck, who was so wonderful in the hit show Mr. Robert.
You know,
Like 17, here he is.
Tried to get him for our show. He was in Felix Plaza.
Yeah, he said an extra line again. And now we have Herbie Faye, who, remember, was with me in Top Banana as the barber. There's Herbie.
Herbie?
Of course, I know you have a long show. There's, of course, Jimmy Little, that sterling actor, and all the boys, Billy Sands, Mickey Freeman. Well, they'll forgive me later. But last but not least, I'd like you to meet a boy who's very important to us when we film. You see, we have an audience, and a warm-up must be done to kind of loosen up the audience. And we call him lovable. I want you to meet Alan Melvin. Alan? This is Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah. Alan Hart.
That's all lovable, Ed. And you know, I know you're always partial to impersonations. You know, people that impersonate the well-known celebrities. He's sterling at that. Will you do one of your imitations of one of the well-known people? What's this, Ed?
In times of stress and strain, when our country is beset by fears, we must stand behind our chief.
Isn't that great?
Who's he doing?
You're kidding. You don't recognize Chester A. Arthur, the 21st President of the United States? Well, I've been in the wings and in the dressing room and the Brooklyn Dodgers and Jeannie Crane and Jane Russell and all the wonderful people. I guess you want us to go. Well, a lot of men have to leave, you see. So why don't you get rid of them in a military fashion, Ed?
Could I?
Yes. Tell the boys to get out.
Left face, march.
No wonder they didn't move that. As many times as I've worked with you, I've told you, clarity, diction. You got to be clear. They didn't understand a word you said. I'll show you how to do it. Hey,